about salt hydrolysis, okay? You know what's a salt already, alright? A salt is formed when the replaceable hydrogens in an acid has been replaced with what? A metal or ammonia, okay? So now, what is hydrolysis? Hydrolysis is a simply reaction of the salt. Salt hydrolysis, talking about reaction of the salt ions with water. And this reaction affects the pH of that solution, because the moment it reacts, it will alter the pH and either make it acidic or basic or neutral. Number one is when you have a combination of a strong acid and a strong base, the salt you are going to get is a sodium chloride, okay? Example, how do we get sodium chloride? If you have HCl plus sodium hydroxide, okay? So look at this combination of these two acids. This is a strong acid, this is a strong base. The salt you are going to have here is sodium chloride plus water. Now, okay, so when you hydrolyze means like the opposite of this reaction. If you hydrolyze this salt, that is react this salt with water, there will be no hydrolysis. You know why? Because this guy and this guy are of equal strength. The acid and the base are of equal, so there will be no hydrolysis, okay? Now, look at this two. Look at number two. If I have a strong acid, let's say we have a strong acid. Let's say we have hydrochloric acid plus, and let's say, okay, let's use, okay, since we have ammonium chloride here, let us use, what are we going to use to give us this ammonium chloride? Let's use ammonium hydroxide, okay? We have a strong acid, which is this hydrochloric acid, for example, and we have a weak base, which is what ammonium hydroxide, okay? So if you react this with this, what you're going to have here is you're going to have ammonium chloride plus water, okay? So if you now hydrolyze, if you hydrolyze this salt now, you are going to have what? You're going to have the acidic solution. You know why it's going to be acidic? It's going to be an acidic salt because the concentration of this guy is higher than that of this guy. The concentration of this guy is high. So this guy is a strong acid, this is a weak base. So when it hydrolyzes, the solution will going to become what? An acidic what? Solution. Now for the third one, we have that weak acid plus strong base will hydrolyze to give a basic solution. Example is sodium ethanoate. Okay, how do we get sodium ethanoate? Sodium ethanoate is gotten by reacting, let's say, ethanoic acid with sodium chloride. Now, if you treat ethanoic acid with sodium chloride, you are going to have CH3COONA plus water. Okay, so this guy is a weak acid, this is a strong base. So when you hydrolyze this thing back to the solution is going to become basic. Why? Because this guy is a strong base. But when you hydrolyze this first one I wrote here, the solution will become acidic, okay, because of the fact that this guy is a strong base. So hydrolysis of a weak acid, hydrolysis of a salt of a weak acid will give you a strong or a basic solution, while hydrolysis of a salt of a strong acid will give you an acidic solution. Okay, it's well written here. Strong acid plus weak base will give you a salt of a strong acid, okay, so that when you hydrolyze it, the solution becomes acidic, while this one will give you what? A basic solution. So lastly, weak acid plus a weak base, both ions hydrolyze and the pH is dependent on the what? The Ka or the Kb. So for this one, they are having the same strength, okay? So the pH will be dependent on the what? On the ionization constant of the acid or of the base. This will tell us if the solution will become acidic or basic, okay? In summary, hydrolysis of a salt from a strong acid and a strong base, no hydrolysis. Why? Because plutonium have equal strength. But when you have a salt from a strong acid and a weak base and you hydrolyze, that is put it in water, the solution is going to be what? Acidic. Why? Because the acid is a strong acid. But when you have a weak acid and a strong base, a salt from this place, example of this salt is this, and you hydrolyze, the solution becomes basic. Why? Because the base is stronger than the acid. But when they are weak acid, weak base, both of the ions will hydrolyze, but it will be, the pH will be dependent on the what? On the Ka and the Kb of that salt.